All right, welcome to The Last Word. I'm Mark Downey. Troy Alsaker here with me tonight.
Hello.
Glad you could join us. And I tell you what, Troy, you got a lot to talk about, and this is the Christmas season.
Yes, it is.
And in fact,
Came quick.
how far are we off now? 8 days?
Yep.
Unbelievable. So I'm kind of in I've gotten the whole spirit of giving, you know. It's kind of the way I try to roll around this time of the year.
Okay.
I'm the Grinch, pretty much, you know, the other 51 weeks of the year, but you know, this week I'm just kidding. But so in the spirit of giving, Troy is actually giving away $500 to the first person that buys a house using his services.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There you go.
I'll give you $500.
I'm kidding. We'll split it. How about that? But seriously, you know, it's a great time of the year. I love the Christmas season. I love everything that, you know, just the whole. The kids getting excited. I remember being a kid and being so excited about, you know, Christmas, and now, you know, we don't get quite that excited about those things, but we get to live through our children now and enjoy them. And I know you know your baby's still young, but he'll be coming up on that age very, very soon. Yep. Probably next year.
Yeah, next year.
He'll start to get the whole idea of it, and it's a lot of fun. My youngest girl's 7 now. And she hopefully she's not watching the show, so I better be careful. But she's into this whole Elf on the Shelf thing. I guess that's the new thing. I don't know if it's new or
I've never heard of it.
If it's just that I just heard in the last couple of years. But man, she just gets the biggest trip about this elf that, you know, mysteriously moves from location to location in her house every night. When she wakes up, it's in a new place and it's doing something. Sometimes it spills coffee, you know, across the.
At your house, this happens?
Yeah, every night. So my wife is the one that, you know, puts all these little things together, but she's good with that stuff.
That's cool.
But it's pretty funny. So we've it's just it's a great time of the year. So I certainly enjoy it. But but anyway, a lot to talk about in real estate as well as sports. So we'll start with sports as always.
Yeah.
And a lot happening in the NFL right now. And
there's a lot happening in the NFL.
And we could probably talk a lot about some of the various things happening, such as RG3 being benched. Which was a very controversial. I personally think if I'm Mike Shanahan, I'd just say, yo, you kind of stinking it up right now. We're going to start Cousins. But he spins this whole thing about he wants to shut him down to keep him safe and all that. I think that was the wrong move.
I think so too, yeah.
But you know what? We could talk about that. And we could talk about other things about the Dallas Cowboys and Tony Romo, the new word, Romo being another term for choke.
Right.
We could go into all that. But really, Troy, what do the fans want to talk about? They want to talk about Alabama and Auburn.
Yes.
The greatest football game ever.
Yes.
I mean, you know, I can't think of. Yeah, you think of Doug Flutie with the 60-yard pass into the end zone to win the game. But that game meant nothing. It was for nothing. Exactly. It wasn't even for, you know, I don't even think it was for a championship.
Playoff,
anything.
Right.
Alabama, Auburn. And yes, this is old news, I know. It was a couple weeks ago. But it doesn't matter because to me, it was one of the most amazing moments in the history of college football.
Yep.
Watching Alabama, a dynasty which was being forged. The legend of Nick Saban, and all of this coming crashing down on them in a moment's history. All the bandwagon fans. It's funny, I don't see near as many
flags.
And the flag and all that. I don't see it as much anymore right now.
No, they got humbled by that.
I think they've been seriously humbled.
Yes.
No trophy. They didn't even go to the SEC championship, folks. What's going on? Satan's magic wore off. But it was a really exciting game. It was not what I expected. I expected overtime, and I think Nick Saban, if he had his wish right now to go back in time, it would definitely, because he's got all the money in the world, so he doesn't need money. So I'm pretty sure he would wish that he would not have asked for those 7 seconds.
I completely agree.
To be put back on the clock, whatever it was, 4 seconds.
Yes.
1 second,
right.
2 seconds. What was it? I don't even remember. Was it a second or 2 seconds? I don't even remember.
Yeah, close.
But anyway, and then his second wish would have been, why didn't I put a defensive back or a safety or somebody on the field for a 55-yard or whatever it was field goal?
Right.
That certainly could come up short and be returned.
Right.
No, I think I'll put all my 400-pound linemen on the field. So if the guy does miss a field goal and the kicker, the receiver, who was one of their fastest guys in their team,
right,
gets the ball, he can just run it down and score. That would make too much sense, Nick. I mean, the smartest college football coach in the history of the game, perhaps. And you make that kind of blunder?
How smart is he really?
Come on.
Right.
Yeah, what are we talking about here? And I'm telling you what I'm talking about, folks. I'm talking about the Alabama dynasty is dead.
Yep.
It's over.
Yes,
it's over.
It is over.
Everybody can say, oh, well, Nick Saban's still 3 out of the last 4 championships. Blah, blah, blah. When every blue chip and number 1 prospect in America comes to play for you, you can win.
Yep.
Now go to North Dakota State University, a Division III team that's never won a football game probably. Go there and turn them into a championship team within a couple years. And then I'm going to be impressed.
Yep.
I'm going to be impressed because nobody wants to go play at North Dakota State University unless you live in North Dakota or the surrounding area.
Which is only like
Metropolitan
several
area.
hundred people.
Exactly. So anyway, you know, I'm excited as a Florida State. I mean, I'm sure you see the logo up there in the corner of the screen. That, by the way, has been on the screen for the past 12 years I've been doing the show. So there's no bandwagon fan here, folks. Heck, I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. I mean, since 1978, I'm not a bandwagon fan. Everybody knows that Atlanta's going to lose perennially for the rest of their history. But I'm really excited. Florida State being there, I think that they deserve it. I think they're certainly the best team in college football, and I think it's going to be a good game. I'm not going to say they're going to blow out Auburn at all. I think it should be a good game.
Really good game, yeah.
But I think that Auburn has not, as much as people talk about the SEC, Auburn hasn't seen the defense that Florida State has.
Right.
And so as long as Florida State doesn't come out flat after a month break, which I'll never understand why they do that, I think that Florida State should take the game, and it should be a little national championship in the ACC column again.
That's right. Take it away from the ACC.
On that note, Jameis Winston winning the Heisman, which I think he almost won by kind of default. There was really nobody else that really
contended with him.
Had the spotlight like he did and still was able to achieve. But that acceptance speech, I'm sure every Florida State fan and alumnus out there was thinking the same thing I was thinking. Holy cow, take the microphone away from him as quickly as you can. I mean, the dude flat out called out his dad and said, you're a jobless bum. I had to go to work and provide for my family because my dad couldn't do it. That's not exactly what you want to hear in a Heisman Trophy. Nah. Maybe something about how he lost his job, but he was out there working hard to get another job or something. But my dad was at home for 3 years while I was supporting the family. Okay.
Yeah. Come on,
I'm sure he had
man.
Good intentions with that. But anyway.
Well prepared.
Anyway, I cannot believe that that's the first segment.
It went by quick.
It does. It goes by very quickly. But
Very quickly.
we come back, we're going to talk about some real estate and kind of get you up to date on the market. So stay with us. Hi, my name is Mark Downey. Things can get crazy in the real estate business, which is why I use Surety Land Title for my escrow closings. They ensure that all paperwork and documentation is properly executed and that there are no glitches in the closing process. Whether you're a realtor, broker, or simply a homeowner or buyer looking for a great team of professionals to utilize for your closing, I strongly suggest Surety Title. Call them today at 549-2270. Hello, I'm Mark Downey, a licensed broker in Alabama and Florida. When it comes to surveys and boundary determination, I don't take chances with just anyone. I call Mark Swinney and Associates. And not just because we share the same name, more so because I know that my survey will be done professionally and on time, both of which are very important factors when navigating a closing for a client. Whether you need a simple survey or just want to know if your neighbor's fence is encroaching on your land, Swinney is the team to call. Give them a call today. All right, thanks for staying with us through that brief break. I've been informed that because the ratings are so high right now, Troy, they've decided to cut out the second commercial break. You'll be happy to hear that.
Excellent.
Apparently there's a lot of people that want to hear me talk about Alabama out there and Nick Saban.
We should have a phone line, have people call in.
Yeah, this used to be a call-in show for years, and we found that we just would have so many phone calls that we couldn't really get in any material. We couldn't get in our listings, and so we kind of went to a pre-tape. So Yeah, this isn't live right now. I'm out right now. Let's see, I'm fishing. Yep, that's what I'm doing right now. How about you? What are you doing?
Probably fishing too, actually, on my dock, believe it or not.
There you go. All right, so anyway, let's talk about real estate, Troy. Actually, who are we kidding? We're selling real estate. We're out,
Right.
pimping product, That's what we do.
Showing houses at
That's what we do, especially this time of the year. Things slow down a little bit, and that's not hard to understand. It's Christmas.
Right.
The market does tend to slow down in November, December. And we have a lot of owners right now that are asking, hey, what's going on with the market? In fact, there was a guy, and I always I live in my own world to an extent, but I'll talk to some people outside the business who tend to do a little bit more volume in terms of like the title companies. They have a lot of business coming in from various real estate agents and whatever, lenders. And one of the guys, I don't know if you heard the conversation, he was in my office this morning, and from Surety Title, Jeff Phelps, great guy, by the way. He was talking about how the market's just dead for him, and they're actually getting a little bit nervous. And so it makes me feel like, okay, it makes me feel better because I've got several listings I need to sell.
Right.
It's time to get those properties sold.
Right.
And unlike a lot of people out there, I'm not going to name or say, there's certain segments of the real estate community that don't subscribe to the same theories that I do, but I lose sleep when my listings aren't selling. I mean,
yes.
you and I both, we'll do anything we can. Whatever it takes to get our listings sold, we're going to get the word out. We're going to make sure that the listings are put in the best light for the public. Video presentations, which is something we've been working on lately, which nobody else is doing. We're not talking about virtual tours here, folks. We're talking about video presentations. And it's very time consuming.
It is.
It's not just a little software you can punch in a couple things and boom, it spits out these same pictures that you already see in the listing. We're talking about actual full length videos.
Right.
But anyway, he mentioned that the market's dead for him and getting a little bit nervous. But we've been doing this. I know Jeff's been in the business, I think, for over 20 years, and I'm coming up close to 20. And the market's it's always going to be like this. So you just kind of have to bear with it and hang in there.
Yep.
I believe that in January, February, things will loosen up a little bit and people will start moving again.
Yep.
Especially when the warm weather comes back. And it's been unseasonably cold lately, at least to me anyway. I don't know.
It's supposed to get back up in the 70s this next week.
Thank God.
Yes, thank
I
you,
can't
God.
wait.
Yes.
I mean, this cold weather, man, but anyway. The property management market, another niche of my business, and I say niche, but it truly is a staple of our company is property management.
Right.
And it's going very well, very strong, and it's still never a bad idea to talk to us. If you're on the fence, you don't know if you should utilize property management or sell your home outright, we'll really sit down with you and analyze numbers and kind of try to project out what it's looking like for you in the next couple of years if you do property management, or should you just go ahead and cut your losses and sell your house? A lot of people are still in that window where they purchased in 2008 time frame,
right,
and they pay too much for their home. But the great thing about a home is eventually it's going to go back up in value. It's not like buying a stock where a stock, the company could fold and the stock is worthless. With tangible real estate, you obviously have an asset that's going to be, as long as you take care of it,
right,
it's going to be there for you for years to come. So, property management's a good avenue, but a lot of times people will say, well, property management scares me because I'm afraid that someone's going to tear my home up,
right,
or they won't pay their rent, or whatever the case is.
Right.
We have about a 99, at any given time, over 99% average occupancy rating. So we rarely have properties that are sitting vacant.
Right.
This time of the year is a little bit slower, but typically the other 10, 11 months out of the year, it's strong. And again, if you don't fall in that window where your home it comes vacant in December, you're probably going to be okay. It probably never sit vacant. So, but the other thing we do is we inspect our properties, and we're very serious about that. And we let our tenants know from the beginning that we're not just inspecting it to pick them apart, but we're actually going in there to find things that we can ensure that the house is safe and sanitary for them, so they enjoy living there. And it kind of creates this nice relationship where tenants enjoy renting from us.
Absolutely.
I think for the most part.
I think so.
You're going to find a couple that aren't, but that's the way it goes.
Right, exactly.
500 rentals. I mean, you're going to have a couple unhappy people.
Right.
But that's, our true goal is to help our tenants enjoy the home and help our owners maximize their profits. And that's really in a nutshell.
And protect their investment too. As you said, we have inspections and many other things that we utilize to ensure that the homes are being taken care of and turned back over to the owner
Absolutely.
in as good a shape, if not better than the owners originally.
Yeah, and it doesn't always work that way. We have some owners who will actually move back into their rental. They'll rent it out for 3 or 4 years. They move back in. They're like, well, I don't remember this mark on the wall and that mark on the wall, and the carpet's got a little stain right there. I mean, come on, 3 or 4 years. There's going to be a little bit of wear and tear.
Exactly.
But the point is that paint can easily take care of that.
Right.
And fresh carpet can take care of that. Right. Your house is in good condition overall. That's our goal. We want to maintain the integrity, the structural integrity.
Right.
Make sure that the roof hasn't been leaking for 4 years and nobody's paying attention to it.
Exactly.
Because that's what happens with a lot of companies. They'll rent a house, the tenant pays on time for 4 years. They never darken the door of the house. Well, meanwhile, the tenant is a hermit who doesn't want anybody in their house. And so they've got buckets in the living room where they've been catching the water for the past 4 years.
Right.
They just think that's fine. We've been catching the water and dumping the water out whenever it fills up, right? What they don't understand is that there's mold now growing up in the attic.
Yep.
So by doing regular inspections, we catch things like that when tenants don't want to notify us of certain issues. I mean,
exactly.
That's kind of a unique example, but what's more common is under the sink.
Right.
They don't want to be bothered. So they'll have a leak in the sink and they'll put a bucket down there. Well, then they'll go on vacation for 2 weeks.
Overflow.
And the leak is in the pipe, actually not the drain.
Right.
And now you've got a major mold problem, water problem, whatever the case is.
Right.
And so by us constantly checking on the properties, we can find a lot of those things, which again, it's all about protecting their bottom line, protecting their investment.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Enough of that. Let's go to some listings because we've got several to show you. Talking about needing to sell some and needing to rent some. We've got, I think, about 12 listings total. 7 of them are going to be sales and 5 of them are going to be rentals. So let's take a look here, guys. If y'all are ready for us. I know I kind of just threw that out quickly. All right, here's our first one, 1170 Blue Oval Lane. This is in the Cantonment area. About 5 minutes from the interstate, so you're still kind of close to the interstate, but yet you feel like you're kind of a little bit more a rural area. 5 acres of land. This is an absolutely breathtaking home, custom built. I know the owner. He is as anal as I am, and if you know me, I'm anal. Troy's shaking his head yes. He can attest to that. So this house has been painstakingly well taken care of. It's immaculate condition. The wife actually is more OCD than I am, which is hard to believe that too. But she and I are seeking medication and therapy. But yeah, it's a gorgeous house. Do we have interior shots, guys? Or is this it? 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 4,000 square feet of living. Yes, that's right, 4,000. 5 acres of land, in-ground pool. The pool is fenced off from the property, so it's safe. It's $450,000, and I just don't understand. This house has been for sale for a couple months now, and I'm shocked that it's not sold yet, even in the slower market. This is an absolute amazing, amazing house.
Beautiful.
All right, let's move on to the next one, guys. Here's another equally stunning home. 8729 Foxtail Loop, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3,000 square feet, and I guess the guy that framed the house,
that's right.
This is Nature Trail, and he told me yesterday, he's like, I think that house is around 3,000 square. Now, for some reason, I was drawing a blank. We were out there yesterday, actually. This is an unbelievable home in Nature Trail, and if you're not familiar with Nature Trail, you need to check out the neighborhood. We're going to be putting a video out there pretty soon of this,
right.
And it's going to feature a lot of the amenities of the neighborhood. I guess we don't have any here for the purpose of the show, but this is an absolutely amazing neighborhood. Clubhouse.
This is awesome.
And when I say clubhouse, we're not talking about a tiny little room, 10 by 12 or 15 by 15.
It's like 10,000 square foot clubhouse.
Yeah, with a weight room area to meet. In fact, we were there. People were having a function
Breakfast,
there, food going on.
Yep.
It was amazing.
Yep.
Incredible pool, a kiddie pool, which is like, I don't know, 6 inches deep or something.
Right.
Tennis courts, 2 of them. Huge field for the kids to play in, and kids are always out there playing kickball and football, and all. It's just an amazing place to raise a family. And of course, it's not just gated. There's a security guard up there. So, of course, we can't say that crime is non-existent, but check the records if you'd like.
Exactly.
Unbelievable house, $350,000 to live in this amazing home. And yes, it does include a shiny refrigerator. All right, next listing, guys. 3575 Chief Mate Drive, 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 2,000 square feet of living, 175,000. This is in the southwest section of Pensacola, and I tell you what, great condition, beautiful. What do you call those? I don't want to say artificial wood, but what is it called? Help me here. I'm drawing a blank. Laminate.
Laminate.
Woo! Got a camera woman here who is on the ball. Actually, she's a woman, so she knows these things. Anyway, $175,000 for this amazing house, and it sits on, it's kind of, I want to say it's just under a half acre. And it's off of Bower Road. Next listing, 2557 Granada Camino, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 2,000 square feet. And you know, I don't normally advertise and list manufactured homes.
This one's beautiful.
But yeah, I mean, I think you can just look at the pictures and tell this is no ordinary manufactured home. It's sitting on the water at Bayou Grande, and you can actually access the right out to the bay and into the ocean, if you want, within about 10-15 minutes, I guess. This is an amazing house. It's in absolute pristine condition. The couple that lives there, very good friends of mine. I've known them for years. They have meticulously kept this home immaculate. It is gorgeous. When you walk in, you know, I don't want to say anything negative about a manufactured home at all, because some of them are actually built to code. As far as code is concerned, they'll be there longer than any other house. But you know, they kind of get the stigma sometimes. But I'm telling you, when you walk in this house, you'll be shocked. You will not even think. And then looking out over the water, it's unbelievable. And $160,000 to be on the water, deep water access, put a large boat in your backyard.
It's got a powered boat dock, I believe, as well, right? Power to it.
Yeah, it has utility power to it.
For
Next listing. And again, you can check out all these listings on 941home.com. You can look at anything. And also, what's the name of your website?
www.troyallsaker.com.
troyallsaker.com. How easy is that? All right. The next listing is 2982 Creole Way, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1725 square feet, $135,000. Again, just an absolute model style home. It's in perfect condition. The pictures that you're seeing here are not like staged, although I always try to give my owners a little bit of staging recommendations, and he did a little bit of work for me in getting the house ready, but he keeps it this way every day, I think is my point. It's a beautiful home in great condition, central location, about 10 minutes from Cordova Mall, 5 minutes from Backgate NAS, well, probably 10 minutes from Backgate NAS. Great location. The next one, 566 Desert Oak, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet of living, $130,000, wood floors, tile floors, beautiful kitchen, breakfast nook with the bay windows. This is in the Charter Oak subdivision. If you know where Charter Oaks is, premier location, northeast Pensacola, great neighborhood, good schools. Thank you.
Good schools.
This is a phenomenal, and this is, we're talking, $85, $90 a square foot, amazing price for this side of town. All right, let's go into a couple of our rentals. Our next listing is 5335 Woodlake Terrace. And Troy, I think you might, is this a property you listed or is this one of ours?
It's in the same neighborhood, actually.
Okay, same neighborhood?
It's the same neighborhood.
All right, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,200 square feet, $2,500 a month. And I'm telling you right now, Woodlawn Terrace, I believe, is in the subdivision.
Yes.
Amazing Gulf Breeze location.
Amazing.
This house will not, normally people are fighting over these, and I think it's just because it's December.
Right.
But come January, I'm telling you folks, this rental will be gone. So if you're interested in this, you're watching this right now, you need to act pretty quickly on this.
It's a beautiful custom home.
Yeah, it really is. It's stunning. The next listing, 2068 Stennis. This is all the way back in southwest Pensacola. Great location near NAS, Naval Hospital's beautiful big backyard. Humongous kitchen. I mean, this is one of the biggest kitchens I've ever seen in my life.
Chef's dream.
No kidding, man. 3,000 square feet of living, $1,650.
It's a good deal.
What a deal.
That's a good deal.
All right, next one, 13418 Valerie Drive. This is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,500 square feet of living, and it's $1,150. And I mean, you look at that interior picture, you can tell this is just a gorgeous house.
That is fully furnished as well. Fully
Really?
Furnished. Yep, fully furnished with amenities.
Wow.
And I personally have been there. It's a beautiful, beautiful townhome.
Awesome, awesome. All right, the next one is 10658 Silver Creek Drive, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet of living, and this is $1,150 a month. The next one is 7649 Old Hickory Drive, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,250 square feet, $975. This is a listing we've had with my company for years. Great location, really nice little neighborhood. It's a very small neighborhood, but all the neighbors are close and everybody watches out for each other. Great location near NAS and the Naval Hospitals and all that good stuff. I think that, and you know what? Actually, I think I was told this morning that house just rented. Darn it, I think it just rented.
Did it?
So I think so. So that one I don't think is available anymore. But again, this is just a sampling. I think we still have several other vacant rentals and other rentals that are coming vacant very soon. So if you're interested, again, check us out online, or you can always email us or call us or whatever. Tweet us? No, you can't tweet us.
You can tweet.
Yeah, whatever.
Can tweet us, yep.
All right, so I think that's it for our listings, guys. You can take it back to these two beautiful faces now. No, just kidding. But I think it looks like we have about a minute left, and we won't talk politics. You know what? It's Christmas season. Why talk about? Let's talk about brotherly love.
You are in the season. You are.
Let's show love to our brethren, minus Nick Saban and Obama. No, I'm just kidding. Merry Christmas to them too. Not that they're watching.
Sure.
Well, maybe they are. This is the last word.
It's a pretty big deal.
But anyway, I'm getting the wrap up. We just spent 30 seconds talking about nothing. But Troy, I wish you guys a Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Thank you, Mark. You as well,
and
your family.
All the viewers out there, we hope you have a tremendous Merry Christmas. Remember, it's all about Christ this season. And I ask you to take time maybe to go to church and visit a Christmas Eve service or something like that. But for Troy Alsaker, I'm Mark Downey. Merry Christmas. That is the last word.